Welcome back to another battle video. So another round of me testing out Plasma Basics. Lots of tweaking with this deck. And I know what you're thinking. He starts off with Starly, is it? And yeah, I'm trying to remember what Staravia does. So I'm thinking at first that this is going to be an easy match and just a sweep, but I try not to feature matches that are just very straightforward like that. And as you can see, he benches a Thunderous. So there's whatever Staravia or Staraptor does, we know it's got to be something good. So I go ahead, I play my own laser. He's got the Thunderous active. Man, I hate to use a scramble switch first turn, but I really I need the energy and a switch. And wow, I don't hit any of that. So that really sucks. I end up just having to pass with no energy whatsoever and a really dead hand. So this game actually may be just more interesting just because I'm probably going to dead draw here for a little while. Obviously the first turn hasn't gone very well. He attaches to the Thunderous Junipers, and he gets a couple Deoxys on the field, so this is pretty much his deck is Plasma Basics as well, and technically he's got Plasma Badge on that Starly, so it's all Plasma. Yeah, and I think this is the first game that I ever played with this deck, because I only had, I think, one Deoxys, maybe two, and so you can see me asking in the in the comment box what the rate is for him. I was able to trade one for Full Art Juniper, and I was trying to determine how many packs I needed to put up for another one. So he hits me for 50. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Colress engine to get something on the field. And I'm just going to have to pass. He's still poisoned, so I'm still doing some damage. And he's building up that Starly on the bench. So we see the rare candy with the Skyla. And so we just, I mean, he's probably going to have the Staraptor. So there was a Staraptor. I didn't get a good look at it, but I'm sure I'm going to be looking at it here in a minute and see what this thing does. So I keep trying to look at it, but then it keeps on doing other stuff. Wow, this is really just a dead match for me so far. So Strong Breeze is gonna hurt. Your opponent shuffles a defending Pokemon and all cards attached to it into the deck. That could be a big yeah. So I captured up and I try and put it to sleep. Didn't work though. So I went ahead and just Skylared for a Juniper and had to pass. But he hits a switch to get it out of the active position. He hits an end to get rid of my Juniper. And I did bring it down to 100. So I'll be able to Blizzard Burn it if I ever get another chance to do anything with it. And he puts his Thunderous back up. Now, he also benched a Lugia, so now I'm like, well, what do I go for? Well, what's the biggest threat? Having my Pokemon shuffled into my deck when I'm already drawing terribly, or that Lugia taking 3 prizes in one turn? Yeah, so he's gonna Ultra Ball and get another Deoxys out, so his bench is looking pretty. 3 Deoxys, the Staraptor for some huge disruption, the Thunderous to put some energy back on the board, and yeah, he's powering up that Lugia. So, ugh. I'll go ahead and attach for the turn. His Thunderous is getting up there, so do I need to play the laser? We'll go ahead and Skyla for a Colress. Oh no, I Skyla for a catcher? Okay, I'm capturing. I guess, what do I find more threatening? I'm switching back to the. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I end up just Frost Spearing. Yeah, this is again. This just shows you my first go round with this deck. I really have no clue what I'm doing. So I end up hitting the Lugia a bit. I end up hitting the Thunderous a bit. He switches out, and yeah, this is gonna hurt. Strong Breeze gonna put everything that I've worked so hard for back in. But no, he switches back, I guess just to get rid of the poison, and hits me for 60. Um, so yeah, there's still so many targets. So I'm gonna attach again, catcher up this Staraptor so that at least I have it on the field. But I mean, he's pretty built up, so he can easily just KO anything pretty much. And I'll Blizzard Burn, surprisingly, to take the first prize of the game. However, he's in a much stronger position. But that did at least get some of his energy off the field. So now he's attaching quite a bit to that Lugia, knocks me out, and takes 2 prizes. So I don't know what better, shuffling it all back into my deck, or, yeah, I don't know. I should have probably gone for the Lugia. With Laser, it would have been knocked out, but oh well. Too late now. I think this is the deck that only had 1 Deoxys in it. So, I think I'm trying to stall? Really? Oh, maybe that's a good thing, because I whiff on energy. How do I do that? So I Colress Machine, but okay, I guess capturing up that Deoxys ended up being a very good thing, because, wow, how really does that happen? So, he attached to DCE, retreated, brought up Kyurem, and knocks it out for another 2 prizes. I really need a miracle. So, good thing is he's down to 2 prizes. This is the perfect time for N. Now, he's weak to Thunderous, but I'm only hitting still for 30, 60, 80. Still not nearly enough. Now, my Absol is hitting for 2, 4, 6, 8, 100. And I end up catching up another Deoxys. I don't get what I'm doing, but I go ahead and end a Colress Machine, and yet there's 2 plasma left, actually. And I put the Prism on that. Now, I put it to sleep, or, well, I put it, sleep failed, but I put on poison. I hit it for 110, and then there's some damage with the laser. But he has a switch. Now, if he has the catcher, it's game over, that Deoxys. And there's the Juniper. I don't know how many catchers he's played. He's played a few, and he can't do it. So he ends up just hitting me for 60. And, alright, so I'll Plasma Ball for another Absol. It's the only thing I can get with Plasma Ball. And Juniper. So, I really needed the catcher to take out the Lugia, otherwise that's his last 2 prizes. So, I need to retreat to something he can't knock out in 1 shot. So he has to play the catcher. So I raid a Knuckle, and we're gonna put some Prism on the Absol, knocks out the Thunder, so I take a couple prize cards, brings it down 3 cards to 2. 3 of my prizes to 2 of his prizes. So gets it a little closer. But again, I mean, all he needs is a catcher to win. He can do it with Lugia by taking out pretty much anything that's on the bench. Thunderous is the only thing that he can't one-shot. But everything else I can't risk attacking with. Otherwise, he just brings up Lugia and says, "Up, good game." So now he promoted a Deoxys, so he's scrambling switching, which is odd. Okay, so now he's gonna win for anything next turn unless I have another attacker. but I have to knock out the Lugia. I'm doing what, 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm doing 100. He's already got what, 30 on him. Go ahead and no, I didn't get the Keldeo. I don't know why I didn't get the Keldeo, just to bench it. And yep, that's game. So there was really, I guess, nothing I could do. Lugia takes his last 2 prizes, and that kind of shows you how poor I was my first time around with this deck. Now, it didn't help I only had 1 Deoxys, but still, I saw a lot of misplays there, and yeah. It's kind of cool that I've actually grown so much just with this deck in a week. So stay tuned for more and better battle videos. I think I actually just kind of kept that video just to show you my first try with Plasma Basics. Very incomplete Plasma Basics, and kind of shows how important Deoxys really is. So stay tuned for more battle videos.